Hey guys, it's me, and I'm here today to talk about contouring. And I'm glad that it got requested so I can actually show y'all how to do it, because a lot of people get confused between bronzing and contouring. They're two totally different things, and so that's why I am so happy to be here and kind of show y'all the difference and how I personally do my bronzing and contouring, and I would love to hear how other people do theirs as well. So let me know, because mine can be a little bit heavy-handed because I'm a performer and I do everything over the top. So whatever I do, you can either do more than what I do or less than what I do. Just customize it to fit you and your needs. Okay, I am back. I have zoomed y'all up. Go ahead, throw your hair up in a bun or a ponytail, grab your blinged out headband to keep all the hair out of our face, and let's get started. What's the difference between contouring and bronzing? Bronzing is more giving you like a glow. Where the sun would naturally hit you on the face, that's where you would bronze. Contouring is a more detailed, chiseled out, carved out look. That you'll see a lot of movie stars have on the red carpet, things like that. But, I mean, heck, we're stars too, so we can do that as well. It's all about the look that you're going for. Typically with bronzing, one of my favorite bronzers is a Hoola bronzer by Benefit. You can use any bronzer that you like. And you would want to bronze with a huge big powder brush, blush brush. Brushes sometimes are big enough, but something really big that's going to cover a lot of area, and that's where you're just bronzing. You're making a glow on the face. So I could show y'all real quick, it doesn't matter. You take your bronzer, hit that a couple of times, and you're just going to take it right at the temple, and we're going to go down just about here outside of the eye here, and we're just going to brush vigorously back and forth just right in that area. But that is just going to give you the glow that you want, not a very detailed, chiseled look like contouring does. And you can also do the same up on the temples here and around the hairline and around the jawline. That's just bronzing. I'm going to show y'all two different ways you can contour. You can contour with powders, but I like the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette, and it comes with these 3 contour colors right here. This is a powder. You can also do a cream contour that you would need to set with a powder, because anything cream you want to set with a powder, otherwise it's just going to slip off your face. And this is Aesthetica's Cosmetics Cream Contour Kit, and it has, you can see, kind of the same 3 dark colors at the bottom. So whatever fits your fancy. If you like powder, that's awesome. If you like cream, that's awesome. I'm going to show y'all both. One cheek, we can do powder. One cheek, we can do cream. We're going to do powder on this side since we already started powder with our bronzing before. I'm going to take our Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. And me, you know, I like every single color here. I'll just kind of mix each one. So I'm going to take, this is actually the brush out of the Hoola bronzer from Benefit. That's the brush that comes with it. I'm going to take the same brush because it's going to give me a good straight chiseled line that I want. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little dab of each one. So I'm going to take that. Move my hair out of the way. I'm going to start again. You could do the little fish face to kind of see where you would want your line. I haven't lately been putting my contour line a little higher than normal down versus down here. So you could start at the top of the ear, place your brush, and that's where we would maybe want to start our contour. So I'm going to take this, make our fishy face, and start to really define that area. Now, you don't want to go too far in, because then that's going to start looking crazy. And if you start doing that, no problem. You just take some powder, get that out of the way, no big deal. I'm going to take a little bit more, a little bit more. So you can already start to see how it's getting that more defined contour. You can go as dark as you want with this contour. You can go as light as you want with this contour. Just as long as you get this sharp, straight line that you want. Now we're going to take this and go up on the temples and up on the forehead, because you want to think about contouring. It's the dark color, so you're going to put it anywhere that you want to be smaller, because dark makes everything look smaller. Like some of us, we wear little black dresses because it slims down. It creates that illusion that it's making something smaller. And where highlighting, on the other hand, makes everything more, it accentuates everything else. So that's why white, you know, I don't wear white pants a lot because I have a bigger bottom half, and white makes everything look a little bigger. So I'm going to go up here around the forehead, and I have a rounder face, so I want to make it look more slender and more chiseled. So I love contouring. We're going to take a little bit, put it on the jawline, because that's going to create the illusion of a more structured jawline, and it kind of prevents from the double chin. And if you wanted to, we could go, you could pinch your brush here and go down the nose. So again, contouring makes things look smaller, right? So this is going to make my nose in particular slender. Skip this step if you want. If your nose is already slender, I like this step personally. So we're going to do that. Now, an extra step that you can do, which is totally not necessary, but since I'm a performer and I have other performers watching this video, I'm going to show you what I do here. It's a step that it's called baking, and this comes from the drag queens. This is what they do a lot with their makeup, and I absolutely love this step. I'm taking translucent powder. Any translucent powder will be fine. This is from Laura Mercier. And you're going to, I'm taking the same brush, dipping it in here, tapping off the extra, and I'm going to put it right under the line that we just contoured with, all the way down to the lips. And all the way down the cheek. You don't have to use this brush. I'm just working with what I got, which most of us ladies do. So you can see this is going to sharpen that contour line even more than what you already have. Again, this step is not necessary, but if you want a more dramatic contour, you can do that. Now, I'm gonna let this literally bake. That's what it's called, baking. We're just gonna keep it on there. It's gonna bake, really sink in through the skin, and we're just gonna leave it there for now, and then we'll brush it off later. But now I'm gonna go over to this side, and I'm gonna do cream. I love this palette. It has some, it looks exactly like the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, except it's cream and not a powder. So you can see you still get the same highlighting colors on the top and the contour colors on the bottom. Now the difference with this is good. You're gonna have a second step, because with creams, like I said before, you want to set all creams with a powder. So with this, I'm gonna take, this is a Real Techniques brush. It's a foundation brush, and I've found that foundation brushes work best when working with creams. Now, if you don't have a palette like this, but you like the cream kind of consistency, just take, I don't know why I don't have it with me, but you can take a foundation that is 2 shades darker than what you put on your whole face, and you can use that instead of a cream base. Same thing. And I like these 2 colors. This one's a little too light for me. I'll mix these 2 colors from this palette. Oops, so just gonna take a little bit here. And again, I'm gonna take it from the top of the ear. We're not gonna go all the way in. Just going to put it right about here. Bring it up here. So you can do as light as you want or as dark. Up on the temples. Okay. So now that we have this down, I'm going to take, this is a contour sponge, and it's latex free. I was given this by a friend of mine, Lipstick Addict. She's on YouTube too. I'll link her channel down below. It's kind of like a beauty blender, which I have one of those as well, but any makeup sponge will do. But anyway, we're going to use this sponge. Make sure you wet it and dry it a little bit so it makes it damp. And we're just going to take where we laid down that cream and blend it in. Meanwhile, we're still baking on this side. To me, that's not dark enough. Again, I go big or go home. That's why it's very hard for me to do just natural looks, makeup looks. So I'm going to put a little more. You could stop right where I did if you wanted to. Or if you want a little more dramatic in your life, do this again. Do this step again like I'm doing. Make sure to blend your ear in it while you're putting on your foundation or whatever, because what we'll do is, because this is a cream, got to set it with a powder. I'm going to go back to my Hoola bronzer. Any bronzer will work, or you could go back to, if you have the Anastasia Beverly Hills kit, you could go back to here and use a color from there to set the cream. But I'm just going to use my bronzer because that's probably going to be more realistic that everyone has. And again, I'm going to make my little fishy face and just go over it with the bronzer. If you want to, like I'm going to do, I'm going to bake on this side as well. Same step, same process. This side's about done. So you're just going to take a big fluffy brush or whatever brush you have and just kind of dust that translucent powder off. Just dust it off. There, we're done with that. Now, we're going to put a little bit of blush on because I feel like that's what seals the deal, is the blush. I'm going into my e.l.f. blush palette. You can find this at any drugstore, and I really like this palette. It comes with 4 colors, and it has good pigment, and it stays. I like this, and it's very, very affordable. So we're going to go in with, I'm going to pick this color right here. It doesn't give you the names of the colors, but, and this, I'm telling you, is very pigmented. All you got to do is go bloop, bloop, and you're done. You may even want to tap off some of the extra. And when I go big to little, big to little, we're going to blend that in and marry our contour line with the blush. Same thing over on this side. Ooh, I totally did not contour the other side of my nose. Were y'all just gonna let me sit there and do that? Jeez. Okay, we're gonna go back to our cream palette. Back with our foundation brush. I'm going to mix these 2 colors again. And I really like this brush because it really gives detail. Coming down the center of the nose. There. You can also put it on the bottom of the lower lip, and that's going to make it look fuller and bigger. Take our contouring sponge and blend that sucker out. Because it's cream, we have to set it with another we have to set it with a powder. I'm going in with my bronzer and just setting that cream. Voila! And we're done with contouring. And I just threw in the nose and, you know, how to contour the bottom of the lip, things like that. If you want to know how to go back and actually highlight through this as well, let me know. It makes a huge difference too. But this is the basics for contouring. What I like about the Aesthetica, and I think that's how they say their name. What I like about that palette is it comes with a little guide depending on how your face shape is and how you should contour according to your face shape. You can also use this as a guide, but honestly, it's what you prefer, what your face shape already is, what you want it to look like, so we can manipulate. Makeup is just manipulating. It's an illusion, and I love that. It's like magic, makeup magic. And to tie it back into performances, it gives a good dramatic look, especially for stage. If you're doing a stage performance, you can see the features of the face better with the contouring. So anyway, and then for every day, it just gives you that glamour, and I love the glamour. Again, so happy to see y'all, and remember, don't let anyone dull your sparkle.